Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. We're back.
We are. Gosh, it's been a while, Kim.
Yeah, well, guess what? Because who's the happy traveler? Yeah, and who stays home? Me. How was your trip?
It was really good. I'm turning my volume up because it's really low. Yeah, it was really good. I had so much fun. I did the gladiator thing with John. So, it wasn't my typical trip to Europe, but it was fun.
Okay, let me just close this door. Versace, get inside. Come on, Savannah, get inside.
Hi, Tanya. I see you. How are you? I hope you're seeing loads of blank shirts.
On the computer. I got half the dogs downstairs and the other up. So no, that's wonderful that you did that with your son. That's wonderful.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It's like, he's going into sophomore year. So I know I only have like one more summer probably, and that's it for him to want to hang out,
Exactly. Well, I have my pray top. So I just want to start.
Pray.
I just want to start by, I've talked to people about, I don't want to start this like on a downer. It's not a downer to me, but I don't want to start like about death and everything. But I watched this show called The Resident and I loved it. And Malcolm Jamar Warner was one of the doctors that I was obsessed with. Okay. The actor.
Yeah.
And I'm not a play with the ocean type girl. I had a bad experience as a child and then one on a boat. So I just want to say, God rest his soul, Malcolm Jamar Warner, at a very young age, he drowned, right?
Yeah.
Costa Rica. He was with his young daughter in the ocean on a family trip. With that said, they show the beaches, and I've spoken to Barbie about this. She's been to Costa Rica. The beaches clearly say dangerous. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just want to put out there the things that I always say. People who are daredevils, people who, I just recently saw this guy who pushed his son off the cliff to make him brave.
Kind of Fruit Loops push their kid off a
cliff to make him brave. Kid didn't want to go. Here's the thing. This little girl is going to have to live with this tragedy. They had to save her too. She was in the ocean with the father.
So your point is like pay attention to signs and don't swim in dangerous areas because you think the rules don't apply to you.
Correct.
Just know that nature always wins.
Always.
And so don't kid yourself, Now we don't know if maybe even though they were right where you walk in, a big ass sign with loads of warnings. You don't know if he actually was paying attention. We don't know what happened that day.
They were in Spanish. I don't know if he understands Spanish. You know what I mean? I loved him. This affected me. He was on the Bill Cosby show. He was Bill Cosby's son.
I know. And he's well loved in the industry.
And then recently, when I was watching The Resident, which is a fabulous series, he was my favorite character. So
it really upset you.
Really? And I don't get like I don't want to be mean, but there's a lot of people passing away now that are in the industry. Hulk Hogan just passed away today, 71 years old, heart attack. So, and it's all over the news. But my thing is, we spoke about your son just now, right?
Yeah.
And speaking about people's children. How about the gentleman who played Tony Soprano, James Gandolfini? He's on a trip in Italy with his son. Has a heart attack, the son finds him. These are things that these children, not that it was his fault that he had a heart attack. I'm not saying it. It's life-changing. And for this little girl to have to be saved from the ocean and then watching them do CPR this could have all been not happening. Like, people.
Be careful, everybody.
Why do you have to jump out of planes? Why do you have to, why do you need all this stuff? I'm so against it with children. You want to do whatever you want to do. You want to go parasailing. You want to jump off a roof, knock yourself out. Little children, even younger people, 18 and under, you should not make the decision for them. to do dangerous things. And I'm just so upset. I'm so upset. But like, listen, I've watched every show. Let me tell you the shows I've watched in 2 days. I watched OC. I watched Miami.
Everyone's loving your hair.
Oh, thank you. I watched The Never Ending Atlanta.
Yeah.
I watched, what am I missing? I watched, and I'm recapping the first season of New Jersey. So I had to just watch the reunion. Okay.
Yeah.
We're at tonight.
Yeah.
Plus I watch the news 24/7. So like, I got so much shit in my head. Plus the Denise Richards things.
Well, let me unload some of this in your head.
Let's
here.
rock and roll, honey. But I just want to say
go.
that because when things are stuck in my craw, like I have to say, and thank you very much for the compliments on the hair. I didn't even do it today or wash it. It's just that easy cut. But thank you.
Love it. It's very modern and like chic. Okay. I dyed mine darker, but
You look beautiful. I would like 2 money pieces in the front. See how this is the money piece?
Yeah. I'm going to do something else.
I would suggest 2 blonde money pieces in the front. That's it.
And I need some Botox. See this? Like,
oh, listen.
My
face is sold out, baby.
Look at that. Full movement. Anyway. All right. Listen, let's start off with Bryan Kohberger. We're going to do reality. Don't worry. I got a list here.
Yeah.
We're going to do Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We're going to do Real Housewives of New Jersey a little bit. We're going to talk about all sorts
everything
and stuff that hasn't come out yet, as always.
Right.
Now, let's do Kohberger.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I got really interested in this topic again after watching him, sit in the courtroom while the victims said,
I watched the whole thing.
Yes. So, he's obviously out of his mind. His reactions were very unusual. He had zero dead inside guy, really. And it got me interested in the topic again.
Yeah.
So let me get your take as I take you through some of the exciting stuff that has come out that maybe has gone under the radar or people have forgotten about to do with Bryan Kohberger, since we haven't looked at it in a while, to do with the Idaho murders. Okay, so here we go. First and foremost, what came out is that Kara Northington, who is the mother of victim Xana Kernodle, she had a really positive epiphany after all this came down the pipe. She actually found out that her daughter was murdered while high at a casino, and she had a drug problem. She was estranged from her 2 daughters and Xana. And when she went through this horrific ordeal, she finally reached the breaking point and decided to get sober. And she's now been sober for 18 months.
This is the mother or the sister?
The mother of Xana.
Really? Oh, didn't know that. Okay.
Okay. So out of the awful, horrific situation, she believed that Xana's last wish to her would have been sobriety. And she used that to incentivize her to go to a religious rehab program ran by a guy named Pastor Remington, who was shot 16 times and was able to somehow survive it. The guy who shot him thought he was impacted by aliens, believe it or not. This is all real.
Believe anything.
And so anyway, this guy starts a religious rehab program. She enters it. She gets sober. And it's her last gesture to her daughter's
very nice
dying wish. So what do you think?
Okay.
You like it?
Shouldn't have taken that. You have children. When you're an addict or whatever you are, an addict is an addict. I get that. I had issues with a significant other. Okay.
Okay.
You have children. That's your first responsibility. Check yourself in, get yourself clean. That's it. That's it. Don't wait for something like this. So am I happy that she did it? Yeah. Was it a little too late? That's my opinion. I'm pretty, I'm tough.
Yeah.
Little too late, honey. You had 2 children. When you have children, they come first. Now, did I have nannies? Yeah. I had a mother and a stepfather who helped me immensely. I was a single parent. I had a crazy person chasing me. But I didn't do anything that would make me less of a mother. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I don't I do have addictive behavior. I'm a shopaholic. Okay. But I don't, dabble. I don't drink too much. I don't do anything. So that gives me like the okay to shop. So, but yeah, it does. That's the way I think.
Just don't be a hoarder, Kim. Don't be a hoarder.
No, I'm not a hoarder. Believe me, I get rid of bags and bags of stuff. So, and I love animals. You know that. So with that said, she had children that she should have done this for a long time ago. You don't lose them and then wake up. You wake up before, she had no control over what happened to Xana.
Yeah.
But
so let's say that there are 2 other kids she's got. So now they'll get the benefit of the sobriety.
Very nice.
And so, I'm all for this movement. Now I'm going to say something really astonishing, which is I have this kind of new thing that I'm into, which is I haven't drank since January 1st.
I'll tell you, your skin looks great. You look great.
So now you want to know why I kind of got this weird idea about like a modern idea about drinking and drugs, right? Okay. So I was doing one of my dives about like for myself about drinking and drugs. Right. And, I partaked in everything in my lifetime, party girl central over here.
Right.
So I'm not judging anyone, but, I started to realize that there's like this strange kind of phenomena with like abusing alcohol and drugs where people do weird things like abuse, like growling, like act really weird and unusual. I mean, I could go further with that, but I started to think, if you were to kind of think about, I mean, again, I'm not religious, but if you were to think about kind of supernatural stuff, and let's just say that there is some like black matter that we're all around or whatever, and you drink and you do drugs too much, like maybe that's why always when people drink and do drugs, bad things tend to happen, like it impacts, like there's some spiritual impact.
Take over. They say a spirit.
You're like tapped out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to like make people think I'm taking this too far, but let's just say that like when you're mentally checked out, something else checks in. And that's why murders and beatings and people are like, I wasn't there when I did it. And, guys are on the street.
How about these young kids that drunk drivers? And how about the one girl, she's in the police station and she's like, can I go home now? They go, you just killed 2 people. She had no recollection because she was drunk. You just killed 2 people. That's above and beyond. Now, will I completely stop drinking? No. I drink once a month, a couple drinks. And, that's it. I used to drink more because I was a social girl. I was never really drugs. You know what I mean? Like social. Take my Xanax when I need it. But I was happy.
Yeah.
I never got angry. I was never one of those drunks, and I'm always happy. I'm not a hugger, but I'd even hug more. You know what I mean? I was happy. Yeah. But yeah, listen, the only reason why I really is health reasons. I don't want to wake up sick the next day. I don't want to feel hungover. It's better for you not to drink. You look better. Do you ever notice like when you had a rough night and you wake up the next day, you're like, oh my God, I look 90 years old.
Yeah.
So imagine if you look that way and feel that way, what it did to your inside. So I'm on the same path, but I'm not as extreme that I can't say the last time I drank. I just recently drank, I think, some tequila on Friday. But when I say tequila, 3 drinks.
Yeah.
Pineapple. So I was never a drinker. I was never come home, open up a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Never. So.
Well, it's just, I was sharing this because I'm not like, I'm not in AA or like not drinking because of that. I'm saying I had this weird change inside me because I started to think, what if something is impacting me that's like external when I drank? And it kind of freaked me out. And I was like, I know that sounds so weird, you guys. I know I'm rational. You know how logical I am. But it actually made me start to go like, I don't want that coming in my space. Like, I don't want, if that exists, I don't want that around me.
You're much more clear when you don't. I mean, a couple of the people that I follow, none of them drink. You know, the people I look up to, which I won't name now.
Sure.
But they don't drink alcohol. You know, they don't drink. They wake up every day. I mean, look at people like Bradley Cooper. He says it changed my life. I would have never been as successful as I am if I didn't stop drinking. You know, Miley Cyrus, same thing. You know.
And this is going to become relevant later, you guys, which is why I went so far with this.
Let's get on to the next. So,
Brian, we're going to talk about a guru.
We're not done yet with him.
Yeah.
What a badass. I got some notes.
Oh, wait, on Kohberger? Okay, yeah. So we'll go back to Kohberger for a second. So he ends up getting sentenced to 4 consecutive life terms. They nail him mainly on the DNA evidence, which they find on the knife, even though they never find the knife.
Well, they found it on the thing that goes over the knife.
Yes, the sheath or whatever. But the thing that I wanted to talk to you about today about Kohberger is all the different theories that people have been speculating about motive. And so I want to first give you some intel so you can give me your best opinion. Okay. I love your opinions. You know I do. So first of all, let me run through some of the motives and then you can come in. Okay. So first of all, we find that one of the dads, who was the dad of Kaylee Gonsalves, I think. I don't know if I'm saying her name properly.
Gonsalves, yes.
Gonsalves, yeah. He believes that Bryan had weird fetishes to do with pornography, and they found girls being gagged and passed out on the porn he was watching. So like they were asleep or, you know, whatever. Okay. So he believes that he would have sexually assaulted the 2 girls on the top floor had he been interrupted. And this would have been living out some sort of weird, sick fantasy that he had that was a sexual fantasy. Okay. So this is what the dad's speculative motive was.
Okay.
There was another motive, which is that he is actually a serial killer. And he was starting his serial killing. And of course, thank goodness they caught him. And he was doing a lot of stalking behavior. So he was stalking women and he couldn't so he had impulse issues with this. And this is the beginning of a serial killer.
Okay.
Another one was that he was an incel killer. So he was estranged, alienated, and he was... women pissed him off and upset him. He was incredibly sexist and he was angry at the women but not from like childhood shit, just like has it. And so this was like his revenge. Because several of his students complained about him, you know, that he taught as a teaching assistant and he'd been like complained about. So he blamed the women.
Okay.
The way to get that revenge out. And then the last one is that he was obsessed with crime. He was obviously studying criminality so that he might want to play out a scenario in his mind in a sick way to see if he could get away with it, like a game.
Okay, I think it's all the above.
Oh, God. Okay.
I think it's all the above. Okay, so he's ugly as sin, inside and out, ugly as sin. I mean, wow, you know, he's a weirdo. They call it liquor spirits. Okay, so he's ugly as sin. I'm going to talk about this liquor spirits because I had a psychic who was really, really good who told me something about my Michael. Okay, but we'll talk about that later. I think this is going to be a long one. Okay, so here's the thing. I think it was all the above.
Okay.
And I also think Kaylee was the one that he wanted to go after more because I heard he really disfigured her face. Okay. Yeah. And I do think that it was Kaylee and then the other 2 girls were in bed. I don't know if the other girl would have got it either. I think it was Kaylee, but the 2 girls were in bed together. So that you understand. And then the other one somehow got involved. And I do have some other questions to ask you, maybe that you would know.
Sure.
Okay. So I think the father's 100% right that if Kaylee was there by herself and he wasn't interrupted, he would have definitely molested her sexually, whatever, after whatever. I think that if you remember what the judge says at the end, and you will provide your DNA. I don't think he did that yet. So they're going to check the system to see if he did kill anyone else, rape anyone else, or whatever. I think more is going to come out about this. Remember, there was a major gag order, so it's all going to come out. Okay. His eyes were dead. The only time that he looked up is when Kaylee's sister said, if you didn't sneak in the middle of the night like a pedophile, Kaylee would have kicked your effing ass. Okay. She looked through everything she said to him. She looked him straight in the eye, and he finally moved. Okay. He finally moved. So he was evil to the core. There are people who are just evil. They start out young, killing animals, and then it just keeps escalating. Now I'm watching Dexter now. I've been starting to watch Dexter, and it dives into children who start like this. Okay. I don't know what happens in his life yet. I didn't get to that past, but something happened that made him turn. But some children, like Jeffrey Dahmer and people like that, they're evil. There's evil and there's good. There's the devil and there's God. Okay. He's evil to the core. His eyes are black. He's evil. Now, his parents, let's talk about his parents for a minute. I always go back to the parents, and I know people aren't going to like this. I know they're not. I believe his parents had to see something that knew he was a little stunad, that knew he was a little weird. You know your own. You know your own. Do you remember when he was in the car with the father and they were trying to do something or whatever, and they get pulled over? Just like, remember the other one, the kid, Bryan, whatever, that killed his beautiful blonde girlfriend, and then the mother and the father were covering things up. The kids that are the school shooters, that the parents saw different things. You know, parenting has changed a lot. It really has. And they don't have a grip on their kids. For instance, a lot of people that I know, all they do is drop their kids off at this ball game, drop their kids off at this camp, drop their kids off at camp, this, that, this. They're playing. When do they have downtime? When do you have time to sit and have a conversation? If you're constantly dropping your son, this game, that game, this and that, like, what are you trying to prove? Not everybody is going to grow up and be an NBA player. Okay. So like, I don't believe in all this shit. These kids need downtime, and they need home time, and they need guidance. Okay. And I believe this kid was evil from the minute he was born. To get that kind of evil, he was evil.
Let me help you, because the prisoners that were with Bryan reported that he took excessive showers. He continuously was washing his hands. He spent a very unusual amount of time always speaking to his mother, and he didn't sleep. He would have trouble. His sleep cycles were all screwed up. Like, he'd stay up all night, and then during the day he would take a short nap. So there had to have been some sort of indicators, given it's a heightened environment.
Psychological. He's not right in the head. Let's face it. I mean, he's a psychopath. But I think that there's other things. The OCD situation, and his obsessive. He became obsessed, I think, with Kaylee. And that they were beautiful, the girls, and they were everything he wasn't, everything he's not, he wasn't popular, they were. And I do believe that if he would have got away with this, we would have heard more. There would have been more. It just would have got escalated worse. But like the sister said to him, you're not as smart as you think you are. You're pretty dumb. You left the thing back there. You came back, you left blood, you left it, so you're not so smart. And she really let him have it, which I loved. I didn't like one of the things that the aunt said. She's like, I'm here to talk if you need to talk. Like, no, don't give him any more. Like the judge says, I don't want to give him, this is it with his 15 minutes. He's done. Goodbye. He's going to be locked up for life. We don't want to hear one word left from him.
Yeah.
Like, why do you want to hear? Like, I don't want to, like, I would love to hear the reasoning why. But like the judge says, are you going to believe it? You're going to believe this sociopath? I'm not going to believe a word he says.
Yeah, for sure. Because he's a chronic liar. Well, I don't understand why people don't get that if they kill someone, they'll get caught. Like, how many, like, have you really ever, I mean, there's maybe you could count on your hand, and they're old cases like 20 years ago where people don't get caught for murder. Like, your life is over if you murder someone.
Yeah, and then serial murders.
Shrink, like, go to a shrink and be like, I want to, kill someone, and I know I'm really messed up, and I don't want to go to jail forever, and I don't want to.
I don't think that way. Their drive, it's like a heroin addict. Their drive is so strong that they have to do it. Now, most serial murders get caught because either someone gets away, right? And they say who did it.
Yeah.
Or they leave behind they get sloppy, or they want to be caught deep down because they want the fame.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't get it. I wish that people would just, when they have indicators that they're that messed up, be selfless and go tell somebody and let them.
A sociopath is a sociopath. They're gonna. Yeah. It's just echo off. Imagine this bitch.
Oh my God, is that Alexa? Yeah, you don't have the new AI?
I have an Echo and I have an Alexa. Yeah, I have both. I don't know why all of a sudden she decided to speak. But so I'm watching this Dexter thing, and I'm learning more. I'm learning more about this, and they just have no control. They have no control. They can't help it. They want to do it. They want to see. They get off on that more than they would get, like if someone would have sex, or if someone would have a drink, or someone would do a shot of heroin, or me buying a top. Same thing. That's how sick they are. It's the same thing.
Well, it's a real problem, because instead of us being able to stop it ahead of time, we have to always stop it after.
Yes.
And so that, and I know that gets into a load of ethical questions, right? Which, we don't even want to go there, but it is disappointing that we don't have a way to kind of preempt it versus.
They were beautiful. Every one of those girls had an amazing amount of talent. They were beautiful. They were sweet. They were kind. They gave back to the community. They had a future that was unbelievable. Like, it was just so bizarre that it happened to 4
young people,
college kids like that in Idaho. You know what I mean? It was so crazy. Like, this has been a really crazy week for me to see all this. And that's why I've worn this shirt on my podcast, and I'm like, you know what? I'm very, very spiritual. I have my lavender candle lit right now. And I'm like, my God, I mean, the stuff that's happening is, I can't even imagine what those parents, I can't even. How about the 2 girls that were left behind? The ones that survived it.
They said they were like,
they're done for life.
Every day.
Scared to death.
I don't want to talk to the parents, because I feel like, why am I here and they aren't?
Question for you. What was not brought up, or maybe I missed it.
Sure.
One of the girls saw him in the black. Was that brought up at all?
What do you mean? In what way?
Okay. She saw him and didn't call anyone. She went back to her room and went to sleep.
Yeah, no, that didn't get brought up that I know of. Yeah, I didn't hear.
She was the one that she said people were calling her house. They were stalking her.
Yeah, she said he had bushy eyebrows. She saw him with a mask. Okay. Yeah.
So let me ask you, and then I think one thing was said, that she thought they were playing games, like, because they always did all kinds of games. Okay. Let me ask you this. What do you think is the reason why she saw him
and didn't call the police?
Yeah.
I think she was high. Oh. Speaking of spirits, right? I think she was high.
Really? Is that a definite?
No, I just think that.
You think that? I
think that because in college,
drinking. They had all
the time in the morning after you've been partying all weekends, that's when things again happen, and you don't make clear decisions. You might go, oh, I don't want to go to the cops high. I don't want to go to the cops drunk. Let me sober up first. Right? Because it's self-preservation.
And she also
said high and drunk.
She was the one who said she woke up with a toothache and called her father. What to do now? we all know when you have a toothache, you take Advil or headache. So
Told him like, holy shit. Yeah.
Right. So here's the thing, I'm devastated for these girls. These girls are finished. Like, they'll never be the same. Okay.
No, I know. I'm so sorry.
They'll never be the same. But honestly, again, the ruthless part of me, the part of me that is so can't keep my mouth shut, is going to say, I still find it odd. Nothing that she had anything to do with it. I'm not saying that she just went back in her room, went to sleep, and you saw somebody like, I don't give a shit how high you are. Like, but I think you're 100% right, Dana. I think that she was not in her right state and just went back to sleep.
Yeah. And I'll say something else too. The timeline, just really quick as we wrap this up, was he killed all 4 people in 13 minutes. And it ranged from 4:07 a.m. to 4:20 a.m. And at 4 a.m., one of the girls, Xana, we talked about her earlier, she had ordered food.
Yes.
And the food came. And she was eating the food, I guess, in her room. And then he was already in the house, and he was trying to figure out how was he going to get out. So he comes down the stairs to just leave. He basically like, I got to get out of here. So he goes to leave, and either she walks out of the bedroom and sees him, or she's just like going back and forth in the main community area. And he's like, I'm going, and walks out and murders her. And then he goes in the room and murders who she's with. But if she hadn't come out, she would have been probably okay.
And what about the fact, though, that this other girl came out and he didn't kill her, though? She banged into him. Why?
I think at that point,
he wanted to get out of there.
I think he had to get out of there. I actually think he killed the other girl because he was so adrenalized to get out. I think he was like, I've got to go, like that was.
And what about the boy, though? I mean, he had time to, do you think the boy tried to help her?
No, he was sleeping. No. He was sleeping.
So then why kill the boy?
I think at that point he didn't, maybe he couldn't stop. Maybe he was just a full on, adrenaline thing, or maybe he was worried the guy was going to wake up and come after him.
Right.
I don't think he might not have registered the other person. We don't know what he registered. Like, she saw him, but did he see her?
Right.
We don't know. Maybe he didn't see her. Maybe if he did see her, he would have killed her too.
Exactly. Wow.
So he had a mask on. It would have limited his vision,
Wow.
But I do know something about prison, which is you do not want to go there if you've hurt a child or a woman.
The mother's sister said, you might have got A's, but when you get to the prison, you're going to get D's. They're going to hate him. He might not last very long.
He probably won't last very long, guys.
He's not going to cost the state of Idaho too much more money.
And the truth is, I can't stand one part of life, which is so annoying. And that is that the best people get killed always. It's like the nicest people are the ones that suffer in this very cruel environment.
They said he destroyed her face. He had another weapon. He didn't just come in with the one weapon. He destroyed her. He disfigured her face with another weapon. And they said, what was your other weapon? Like, these are the answers the family wants to know, but they're not going to get the truth.
No, they aren't. They're not. And I don't know why, because we lack so much transparency these days. It's very disappointing. But remember, you guys, this is a dog-eat-dog world.
Oh, yeah.
Kid yourself listening to all these life coaches and bullshit, okay?
Savannah, stop beating mommy's first.
All right. So, okay, let's get into it. So let's talk about, you want to do Beverly Hills or New Jersey next? I don't mind. Whatever interests you.
Whatever you want.
All right.
Remember, guys, I am not privy to anything Dana has to ask me. And that's the way I like it.
Yeah.
I don't want to know anything before. Let it rip.
All right. So do you want to talk briefly about Dolores and her weight? She came out in the tabloids recently that she had gained back the weight and she was dying to get back on her version of Ozempic, whatever it is, her semaglutide. And simultaneously, Real Housewives of Orange County, Emily Simpson said, well, I don't know if I'm going to stay on mine or, because it gives me a metallic taste in my mouth.
Okay.
So this happened, but I wanted to hear what you think Dolores is thinking about semaglutide. Is she going back on it?
Like she's on it. She just did a live with Dr. Oh God, I'm going to say Dr. Dolly. She very well read on all this. And see, when Dolores has a thyroid problem like I do. Now, I've had mine since I was 22. I don't know when Dolores was diagnosed. But when she went to her doctor, she has a very, very, her metabolism is very, very slow. And she just can't get ahead of herself. You know what I mean? We're both very tired all the time. Okay. I've been feeling better because I've been getting the shots of NAD. All right. So when she went to the doctor the first time about this with these semaglutides, they're like, you're a perfect candidate because your metabolism doesn't work like everyone else's, and you could basically stay on it. She has had some health scares.
Yeah, I heard about it.
She has. So I think maybe she might have changed what she might have started on Ozempic. I don't know, Mounjaro, whatever. But now she's on the more natural semaglutide. I think she'll stay on it. Now, when Dolores says she gains 20 pounds, okay? When she says she gains 20 pounds.
She doesn't really gain 20 pounds.
Dolores is gorgeous. I see Dolores when she gains, when she loses.
Yeah.
She has a voluptuous, perfect body. Whether she's 20, now I would be upset if she gained 20 pounds then more, of course, because now you feel out of control. But whether she gains and whether she loses, she always looks gorgeous. But Dolores is very, very hard on herself.
Yeah.
She picks herself apart. That's why she does plastic surgery often. You know what I mean? That there's a certain insecurity that some people have. And Dolores, I think, is exotically beautiful. My opinion, gorgeous. And I tell her all the time, Dolores, you're beautiful. You're smart. You're on a TV show. Everyone loves you. You can have whatever you want. You have the world by the balls. Okay. Yeah. You're at the top of your game. Relax, take a breather and enjoy what you've accomplished. Okay. That's my life coaching with her, and it works. She listens. Okay. So, but I understand when you gain 20 pounds, how now you feel it's out of control. You feel like you're out of control. I get that. Me, I'm different. If I go up and down 5, I freak out, but I don't do any of that. Okay. Because I have my mental state, you can't
agitate.
I'm astringent when it comes to my shit. Okay. So I'm not there. I'm not in that, but I understand the mindset. A while ago, when I still had my mother's house, there's this guy I talk about all the time, the judge, he's a doll. So he was helping me with a couple of things with my mom's house. So I had leggings on. It was like wintry. And I was walking up the stairs and he goes to me afterwards. He goes, oh, I'm really good with weight. He goes, I can see somebody from a mile away and say how much they weigh. And I'm like, I go, really? How much do you think I weigh? He goes, oh, I don't know. I'm going to say like around $130. Now I'm 5'6", right? Now I was never 130. It was always 123, 125, always extra thin.
Sure.
So I go, I think this mother is right. I go to the doctor. I don't go to doctors. I don't. So I had to go to get my scripts renewed.
Oh my God, you don't go to the doctor?
I don't believe in doctors.
Oh my God, I go to the doctor.
I don't believe in any of that stuff, right? So I go to the doctor because I have to get my scripts renewed because of my thyroid. I get on the freaking scale and this son of a bitch is right. I'm 129. I call him. I go, well, I didn't say it in a bad way. I think that's good. I go, well, it's not good for me. That's not good for me.
You're like pissed.
I was so upset. I don't torture myself. I just went back to no hot chocolates.
God, I love a hot chocolate.
From Dunkin' Donuts every day. I was getting my extra French fries. So I cut it all out and I dropped it. And it's really funny because I send them pictures when I do my outfit of the day. And I remember like seeing a difference. And I'm like, how much you think I weigh now? He laughed. He goes, Kim, I never said that you looked good. You know, you're solid. I don't want to hear I'm solid. It's really funny. But see, that's how psycho I am. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I got it.
Got it. So,
well, I'm on semaglutide.
Okay.
And I've been on it for a really long time. I don't enjoy when I'm off it. I actually love how it makes me feel. I feel very even. I'm one of those people that food really brings me up. It brings me down. It's like all over the shop. When I'm on semaglutide, I feel amazing.
In control.
Yeah. Well, not only in control, disconnected from, you know, that running my thoughts. Right? Disconnected. So I wake up and then I start to feel hungry around like 1 o'clock or 2. And then I have a small thing and then I get hungry again and I have a little something again at 3. It puts me on like a really healthy, I think the way we're supposed to be routine naturally by disconnecting me from my brain in a way.
Beautiful. So you don't constantly have the urge to want to eat.
Yeah, because I'm tired, because I'm thirsty,
tired
because I'm
and bored,
stressed, bored, don't want to do my show anymore, whatever it is, you know?
Yeah, listen to me. One of my tricks is I have a couple floors to this house. I have 3 floors. Okay. So my bedroom is on the 3rd floor and that's my domain. That's where I'm doing this right now. So once, like if I'm dieting, let's say I'm dieting, like after I was told I'm $130, what I'll do is I'll make my dinner, my salad, my this and that, eat. And then I come upstairs to my room and I finish watching TV and all my shows in my room, brush my teeth, put my little, because I use the thing on the bottom. You think I'm taking that thing out and walking downstairs to eat? Not going to happen. I go up to my bedroom and then that's it. I'm done. I bring my water with lemon or whatever I want to drink.
Oh, so you don't keep allowing yourself to snack. You use the floors as a deterrent. I thought you were going to say you work out on the floors.
Oh.
Like, oh, no.
I use the floor as a deterrent because if I sit in that big white chair downstairs, the refrigerator's right there. I'm going to snack. Oh, I'll have some this. Oh, well, I'm not going to go at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock and walk down the stairs to get it. I'm not doing it. Have my dogs bark. No.
Yeah.
That's
the dogs barking.
Yeah,
oh, God. That's how.
Guys. That's another trick.
The dogs.
Your bedroom early. Brush your teeth, go to bed, watch your TV from bed, read a book.
Oh, that's true. And actually drinking makes you binge eat. So there's another reason not to.
Oh, drinking
really makes you binge eat.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's move on. I have some tea. I've heard that on The Real Housewives of New Jersey, they've been casting. We know some legacy cast members are coming back, but they are thinking about anchoring the show into a new cast member, or maybe you're not going to like this, Melissa
what?
Gorga
coming back?
Not just coming back, being like a central point. If they can't find somebody to anchor the show, they're trying to find someone else, I heard, to anchor the show.
Here's my opinion.
Okay, I want to hear it. I've been dying to hear this one.
I'm not going to go too far because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Okay.
I'm going to only name 2 that I think. I think 3, but I'm only naming 2.
All right. Because I'm wondering if my gossip's right. So
I don't think she's going to be central, but I think your opinion is correct that she's coming back. 1,000%. I don't even have to mention Dolores.
Yeah, Dolores is coming back. Forget it. Yeah.
And I'm going to say, I think they're going to bring Margaret back, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. Now, did I think that from the beginning? No. Why is she going to BravoCon? Why are they inviting her to BravoCon? Why? Because she has fans and people like her. Now, I'm not going to mention Teresa because Teresa is she's like the OG here, that we don't know what's going to happen. Like, you just don't know.
Yeah.
But I have this feeling that they're not ready to let some of these girls go. I just feel that they have fans, and I can't see why Andy Cohen would invite Margaret to BravoCon if he was done with her.
No, I think they're going to I think they're going to find maybe, okay, let me just pretend that I am them. I believe they're going to try to find another person like Teresa with a family issue that they can maybe bring into the show. And they're going to bring Melissa, Margaret, Dolores back. I think they will keep maybe Teresa around, but I think Louis Ruelas, they want nothing to do with. That's my opinion. I think he pushed it too far, and he's acting like our manager, and Bravo's like, hell no. That's what I think.
Okay.
That's what I think. That's just me.
But he's easily taken care of. He can be put in the background, which I think he would like to be put in the background now.
Okay.
What I think they should.
That's good news. Maybe they will then.
What I think they should do.
Yeah.
What I would do if I was Lucilla D'Agostino, who was used to be our producer. That's when the show was.
Lucilla? Could you get a more Italian producer?
Lucilla D'Agostino, she's beautiful too. So she was the first.
Lucilla.
She was the first RHONJ head producer. So she's doing Rhode Island. That's how important this is. She came back. She was not.
So is Dolores.
Right. So she came back to produce Rhode Island with Andy. Oh yeah.
What?
She has not been producing anything. She walked away from Bravo and did Big Fish Entertainment. Came back Andy got her back for this show, so she's the head producer. Now, let me tell you
that one's centered around family drama, you guys. That one is also because they know that's like a winner. It's a winner every time.
Heard they're killing it. I heard.
Well, heard good, yeah, in a good way.
I heard it's excellent, which I can't wait. Okay. So I'm going to say my opinion on what they should do. What they should do. Don't know if they're going to. This is, again, people, opinion. Someone like Lucilla, who no one ever said no to. She was very strict, and she was a strong Italian woman. She used to come to their house and basically drag them by the ear saying, you're going to freaking film. You signed your contract, you're filming. So what they should do is bring them all back. I'm not talking about the other ones, the core characters.
You mean Teresa,
right,
Margaret.
Yeah. Right. And say, listen to me. First of all, if they don't like Louis, he's not filming. Okay, so we put him in the background. I don't think he gives a shit. Okay?
Okay.
With that said, let's just say that they want Teresa back. Let's just say it. Now, Teresa is sat down and she's like, you want your $2 million? Want your $1.5 million? You're going to do as you're told. If we tell you to film with Melissa, you're going to film with Melissa. And if you fight, you fight. And if you don't, you don't. And then they're going to go to Melissa's house. And they're going to say, you want your $1 million? You want your $900,000? You're going to do as you're told. And I think the contracts will be different, my opinion. And that's what they should be. You do not tell Bravo or Andy Cohen or this one who you're going to film with. Either you do as you're told or say goodbye to your contract. You're out. You're out. You're out. Now, go to Margaret. We don't care that you're scared. We don't care that you're scared. We don't care. We don't care. Suck it up. Put your big girl pants on. Sign the contract the way it is. You're going to fucking film with whoever we tell you to film with. Or say goodbye to your career. And say goodbye to your $900,000. You could live with none of them. None of them could live without it. They all need it. The only person they don't have to say that to is Dolores. Dolores is their anchor. It's Dolores is going to be the anchor. Why do you think they brought her into Rhode Island? Why do you think? Why would they pick her of all people?
That's a good one. That's a good one because she would be a good person to kind of retell the narrative if she was. Yeah.
So that's what I would do.
Thank you, Peaches. I forgot to say this, you guys. Kim D and I on this one really need tips. We split them 50-50 and it's really important. So you can always tip even after you watching this as a recording. So please tip on this one. I don't ever ask because Kim and I have to split them. And it's also really important to why we do it. We actually really need the money.
And I got to tell you, I do believe that we work hard for you guys. Look how much we're covering. I mean, we cover all these shows for you. We cover the current events. So like, I mean, if you, let's say you don't have time to watch TV or you don't, we catch you up on everything. Like, we're definitely doing this once a month. Sometimes we'll even do it twice a month. Dana, if there's a lot in the news, we should just come back and do it twice a month. But like, we're doing your homework for you. And then this way, when you go out for dinner and you talk to your husband, or if you talk to your friends, you know what you're talking about. We've already told you about what's in the news. Okay. So you could discuss what's in the news, and you could discuss, the best gossip girls. Thank you, Peaches. Thank you. So this is, again, in my mind, what I would do and what I feel these producers, they would get what they want. Now, if they need me to negotiate this, I'm a very good negotiator. Okay. Lucilla, Andy, I'm here for this.
That's right. Andy, call Kim D.
Okay. Let me get in there and rearrange these contracts for you. But you know what? I think people are thirsty for New Jersey, and I think they like New Jersey, and I think that they're being punished. They're all cast, fans, they're all being punished because of the behavior, not the fans' behavior, because of what they did. These girls did.
Remember, though, we got to go back to all the leaked tea that came out of the manipulation of the fans. What really caused this goes back to the entire storyline of the season being spilled because somebody was using the system to manipulate the fans, the story.
And that person definitely, there will be no Jennifer Aiden. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
It was done before this even happened. That will never happen.
Well, and Teresa's going to have to, again, she was implicated in that. And I know that she said she wasn't involved, blah, blah, but she was implicated. So I think we're going to have to see how it goes. Yeah. It is very challenging. I believe 100% that Dolores and Margaret and Melissa are coming back. I think they're casting for some other people. I think it's going to be a family-oriented person. I think that Teresa, we don't know.
Right. And I'm going to tell you who I think it's going to be, just in case it comes out.
Thank you, Levita. We really needed it. I was like, where are the tips we usually get, you guys?
Maybe they're just coming on. So I think it's going to be Lauren D'Amelio. That's who I think it's going to be. She is a makeup artist. She's beautiful. She's an influencer. She has a really hot-looking husband and two beautiful children, a little boy and a little girl. That's who I think one of them is going to be. Now, again, I haven't heard this from anyone. I might have heard a little birdie in my ear, but I follow her. She's beautiful. And
she's been a candidate for a while, and there's a few candidates that have been around for a while.
But she never filmed.
But there was no rumor that they filmed. It was they were casting. So have you heard that anyone's been filming around?
No, no one is filming yet.
Okay. So they're not doing that. They're just casting.
But there was no word at all that they were coming back. Now the word is they are. 2026. Well, they could film in 2026. We don't know. There's no filming date yet. But
I'm looking for something for our show.
But I got to tell you, when Rhode Island ends in September, the filming of Rhode Island ends in September. So anything can happen after that.
I think that's a really good point, that they probably will wait till after they shoot that.
They're definitely going to wait. Definitely. So I'll be one of the first ones to know because I'll see them.
I love it. Let's see here. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can find. Oh no, these are old. I wish I had known we were going to talk about that. On the next one, I'll get the list of the people that we're casting, and we can go through it and remind ourselves. It's been a little bit,
Right.
All right. So let's go on. I want to ask you, how do you feel about Gia Giudice filming and being around a guy as scandalous as Georgia's boyfriend Omar on Next Gen NYC?
Don't know about him. Give me a little rundown. I don't watch Next Gen. I don't watch that because it's really like, I can't relate to young. I love them. I think they're all adorable. And I love Gia, and I like She's my fave. Oh my God. Kim Zolciak's daughter. I think she's adorable.
Ariana Bierman.
Yeah, really, really adorable. And I love Candy's daughter too. I think she's adorable too. I think
Riley. Yeah.
Beautiful. So give me a little rundown and then I'll give you my opinion.
Well, you can tell Teresa too.
Okay, I will. I was just
I'm sure she doesn't know. So you might as well pass it on.
Teresa will be doing the Soma cell after she saw my face.
So so Omar, his name is, shout out to Freddie, Reality Diamond Freddie, for sending me this because I didn't have his last name, because he's done a really good job wiping it from the internet, and he really has. Like, it was like.
And whose friend is this? Whose friend?
So this guy was on as George's boyfriend in crypto.
Okay.
George is one of Gia's cast members on the show.
Okay.
And Omar was hanging out with them at Gia's group event at the Jersey Shore.
Gotcha.
Okay. And Omar came down and was integrated. He's like a side character, not a lead character.
Okay.
George is a main character. And what happened was Omar was, I guess, according to the SEC's order, Orman misled fund investors about the fund's asset under management, performance, and management. Per the SEC's order, Zaki formed the advisor and the fund in 2016 and raised $1.7 million from 11 investors. Among other things, the SEC's order found that Omar, Zaki, provided 2 investors prospectuses containing false information about trading history, investment returns, and the composition of a fund management team. The SEC's order also found that Zaki made additional misrepresentations to one of these investors, including giving written presentations that falsely overstated the fund's assets and repeatedly concealing the true performance of the investor's investment in the fund.
Okay. So I could.
Okay.
You can't, when you film, right? You can't tell people who they can bring and who they can't. For instance, when I was filming, my friend just got out of jail. He was in jail for a while.
Okay.
Gorgeous. Okay. And connected with Gotti, that kind of big guy.
Yeah. Wow. Nice.
Connected with Gotti, worked right underneath Gotti. And a friend of mine introduced him to me. And I brought him filming. He came to film with me. No one knew who he was. No one knew that he had just gotten out of jail, that he had worked under Gotti and all that kind of stuff, nor did they care. So I didn't care that what he did, and I was bringing him to film. He even went to the Fabellini opening, when she had the big, the gold party. He came to a lot of filming with me. And she can't control who these people bring, nor should she. It's really not Gia's or any of the casts. Let's go back to, you don't tell Bravo who you're going to film with. You sign your ass away when you do these content.
Well, no, but I'm not blaming Gia. I'm saying, how does Teresa feel that Bravo's bringing these types of people around Gia? That's what I'm saying. I don't care. I'm not saying Bravo brings all sorts of Fruit Loops all over people.
I think Gia can handle herself.
Okay.
I don't think Teresa needs to protect her. So, and I don't think, listen, even if I told Teresa this, I think Teresa would be like, well, whatever, she can handle herself. That's my opinion on what I know from that. Like, Gia is really her own person. And it's very hard to tell someone, like, what is Gia going to do? Oh, wait, stop. Oh, you took people for money. Oh, I don't want to hang around with you. Like, just not.
I would have made that a big moment on the show, but she didn't know.
She probably didn't know. And but you're Dana. That's what you do. You dig dive. You know what I mean? I think Teresa will go to BravoCon and get her award from Vicky Gunvalson in the end of the OG of this New Jersey. She's not getting that the OG thing. Candy is. They just announced Candy is, but Teresa will be at BravoCon.
Yeah, she's already been.
But Candy Burris will be getting the Vicky Gunvalson, just so you know, Rita. Okay? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Candy will be getting it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, here's Clarissa. Clarissa, thank you. Here's my monthly coffee donation. Oh my God, so generous of you. Thank you.
Yes.
And welcome home, Dana. Thank you. I'm happy to be home. I missed you guys.
Yes. And I'm happy she's home.
Kim is too. She was like, when the hell are you coming home?
Exactly. What the hell?
She's like, you're gone forever.
My God.
We miss our show together.
Yes.
All right. So, okay, that was good. I hope you guys enjoyed a little of that tea. There's that guy. You want to look him up. There it is. There's the, it's backwards because it's on the camera. Okay. So anyway, you can tell Gia if he comes back next year, you guys can, she can call that out on the show.
You got it.
It's so dark all of a sudden. It's weird.
Right.
Okay. All right. So anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. You had some tea you wanted to spill on Kyle Richards. I want to talk about the new girl, not Rachel Zoe. I want to talk about Amanda Francis.
Okay.
She's a new cast member. Okay.
What's going on with Kyle is supposedly on the show. Her and Mauricio are getting back together or whatever. Well, that's all well and good. But my friend was at Cipriani's last week and Mauricio was there with a young hot blonde sitting in the back. So I don't believe it. I don't think Mauricio's doing anything wrong. I still don't think that they're together. I think it's fake.
That's fake news.
I do think that they're going to stay close. Like, I don't think they hate each other. I don't think it's one of those divorces where I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. I did hear, which I don't know if it's true, that
I love that he went with another blonde. Isn't it so bizarre that every girl he's messing around with is like blonde and Kyle's a brunette?
I know.
And you know what? For years, all the rumors of the girls he was like allegedly transactionally hooking up with were blonde and look like dollies. Like just saying, you know, so I think it's
very young. She was very young, which whatever. And they were in the back of Cipriani's downtown in Soho. And my friend was there. So she saw them. So like, yeah, my friend. So that's why that cover was blown. I go, that cover was blown. But, you know, I mean, I like the fact that I think that they're doing it for Portia and for the girls. And, but I think too much water under the bridge. I do believe that Kyle was definitely in a physical and mental and emotional relationship with Morgan. That's hard to walk away from. That's not being like having an affair with a guy and then going back to your husband. You've changed sexual preferences at this time. You know what I mean? So I just can't see it. And I do hear like they're saying, oh, Kyle spent all this money on Morgan going on these vacations. So what? I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm sure Mauricio spent money on the girls. You know what I mean? So that I don't see the problem. But I'm going to say I do like the fact that they are still getting along well for the family's sake and for the girls.
Do you think it's funny that Kyle Richards still hasn't dropped this docuseries she was allegedly doing with Morgan Wade? Like, there's no mention of this project.
I believe that she changed her mind on it. I believe she's like, this ain't working for me. I think we're going to like maybe do a make-believe get back together. That works better, you know? So we'll see. I'm
just saying, like, where's this project, Kyle? Like, was this always like a front so they could be with her and not have people like go, why are you with her all the time?
He's very torn. I think Kyle's very torn because, you know, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be with another woman or a man wanting to be with another man. We're not saying that. But I think she deep down is concerned about her daughters and what they think of her, and not about being with another woman, just about being with anyone else. You know, because a guy, we're still in the same times. A guy can do whatever he wants, but a woman can't. You understand? So, and because Kyle's relationship with Morgan was so over the top, like everyone was talking about it because everybody was so shocked. And she hit it. So like she made it a bigger deal, like the guy and the girl that were at the Coldplay concert. If they would have just stayed there and hung out, I think this wouldn't have blown up as much. But because they did what they did, they hid, they dove, they did that. The girl that videoed it was like, what did I catch? Do you understand? That's why it blew up.
It's interesting. Like I said, this is a very new Kyle Richards. I don't know this Kyle Richards that we just saw in the last year or so. I'm as dumbfounded as her cast members that have been shooting with her for years are. It's so unlike her, everything she's been doing. So this, I can't even really speculate because I don't know this person.
Well, I have a friend also that was at the private party for one of her daughters. They recently just had one of them got engaged. I don't know.
Engagement party. Yeah.
Yeah. So she was there. And she said that Kyle was always like this.
What the fuck is that? Like what? Like she was scared, paranoid?
Like looking like with this pensive face on, like just looking, not happy.
Oh, she wasn't happy.
No, just always looking at people like just looking, like pensive, like when you're not happy, when
she used to be so happy. I'll tell you that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
me. I know that. Always doing cartwheels and splits and all that.
She was always happy, and I know it wasn't the alcohol always. I'm just saying, like I think she was fine. I think she's really taking pride in her physical appearance, which is great. But I do think that Kyle never was unhappy. She's
unhappy now because the person who saw her said she was even at her own daughter's engagement, she was very pensive in her look, like not enjoying herself.
Okay, you guys, Kyle was super fun to party with. I partied with her a lot. And we used to go to gay clubs together with Faye.
Right.
And we would have a few drinks.
Not too many. Why gay clubs?
Because it was fun to the music was better.
Yeah, it definitely is.
But Kyle never showed any indicator. Like some of the other cast members I would drink with and they would get kind of flirty with me.
Yes.
But Kyle never did that. Mm-hmm. So we were all just going there because the music was the best. Okay. Plus it was like people left us alone in the beginning.
Gotcha.
And so we could then do all sorts of fun things. And they had bars on the ceiling of the gay club, and Kyle would be dancing and Faye, and we would jump up on the bars and swing on the bars.
Yeah, that she
used to do gymnastics. So I was like,
she would do her splits and all that kind of stuff. She's going through something. Like, listen, could it be menopause? I don't know. I don't know, but I know that she's changed a lot.
Yeah. I think something he had to have done something so bad. I have to blame him. I just don't know anyone else who could hurt her psyche.
Nope. I heard it was all her. And I'm not saying that it was because she did something bad.
You heard that he wasn't cheating, that she left him?
I'm sure he was doing his thing. Let's put that aside.
Well, that alone would devastate Kyle. She wasn't like free thinking in that way,
Right. But I heard that she changed. Now you can change, especially if it's menopause or whatever. I heard she changed first. Now I'm not saying that's the reason
she got tough or like annoying.
Yeah, and and I think they just drifted apart.
Wow,
they just drifted apart. Yeah.
Well, it's disappointing to say the least for me. I'm still the patrons know I'm still not. I can't get on board with new Kyle. I
like them as a couple, and I agree about the new Kyle.
But I mean, he's even as like somebody who cared about her. I can't get on board with Kyle as she is now, not in the sense of the drinking or any of that, just in the sense that she's not clear. Kyle was always clear on who she was going to be friends with and what she was thinking.
I think the truth is she's not clear.
It's very disturbing to me. When you have a friend, that's like you saying, I don't have an opinion today. Like you say to me, you know what? I've decided I'm not going to have opinions anymore.
I mean, what? Yeah.
I know. I can't get on board with Kim D with no opinion.
No, right. I agree.
Okay. I agree. So there it is. It's that devastating.
Yes. Okay? Yes.
All right. So let's talk about Amanda Francis. You know anything about this chick yet?
I do not. I'm obsessed with Rachel. But I don't know about Amanda. Tell me.
Okay. And by the way, you guys, all the news that Rachel Zoe's divorce is being covered on the current season of the show. She's been separated forever.
Yeah, she just filed.
Yeah, but it's stupid. she's not been with him forever. So what are we watching?
10 months. They've been apart. They've said it 10 months ago. I believe it happened even before that.
It was before. It was before. And he's already been dating people. Like
gay or girls?
What, him? No, he's not gay. No,
he's not. Okay.
He's not. He's heterosexual. I did a deep dive on him.
Did she catch him cheating? Because it happened fast.
Some people say yes. They said,
thank you, Hardy.
Hardy. Okay.
Can you tell me real quick though? Can we not bypass this and tell me? Because I don't.
Sure, no problem. Yeah, there was rumors that he was caught in Aspen with another girl.
Okay.
And that might have been what triggered the breakup. That was one rumor. The other rumor is that over time, the relationship dismantled a little bit because, she's very strong and maybe he got tired of just doing the Rachel Zoe train was the other kind of take that people had.
What did he do? What does he do?
He has a business. I have to remember the whole thing. I did a huge deep dive on it. Let me see if I can pull it up, but let me keep going while I do this.
Why don't you can you do me the favor? And
you want to do a show on Rachel Zoe?
Please, thank you.
Yeah, okay. So all right, let's do this. You guys,
I'm obsessed with Rachel Zoe. Yeah,
I did a deep dive.
Girl, I want to know everything. So
okay,
I want to know everything. Okay, that would be
right. So I did a deep dive on Rachel, and it was 45 minutes.
Oh,
and it is in depth. But I did it. I want to say it dropped 6 weeks ago. So I'm like got loose.
So get your shit together,
and we'll do it.
One. Okay.
All right, we'll do it publicly for the first time.
Very good. I love that.
But we'll do that now. Let's talk about Amanda.
Okay.
So Amanda wrote the book Rich as okay. And she is a very unusual girl. She is a life coach. She is an influencer. She came from, I feel like it was Oklahoma or something, doing that from memory, like some unexpected place, we'll say. She moved to Santa Barbara. She moved to Malibu. She had a boyfriend in Bel Air for 7 years or some long period of time. I tell you this for a reason.
Yes.
She allegedly has this book as a bestseller. However, I couldn't find proof that it was on any bestseller list.
Okay.
If it was, it might have been a smaller one, but it's not New York Times bestseller. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. She started her business in 2013, 2014-ish. And her business primarily is, the book, The Secret?
Yeah, I love The Secret.
All right. So she does life coaching to like The Secret.
Okay.
Where you abandon all your principles of like things that are holding you back so that you can attract money. Okay. So she's not a financial advisor, but her book is all about becoming rich, but in a spiritual way. Yeah. She has classes she offers. The classes are $2,200 all the way up to $150,000 for a 6-month one-on-one with Amanda. Now, I mean, the women on the show must be like, wow, Amanda, I get to just shoot with you for a few months. That's worth $75,000. How lucky I must be. Anyway, but yeah, so that's that. She has been cheated on by somebody. She's no kids, no marriage, none of that.
How old of a woman is she?
I think she's 38.
Okay.
Yeah, she's young. She supposedly contributed to Forbes magazine, but I couldn't find any article.
Okay, who is she friends with?
Don't know how they're bringing her in yet. I didn't research it before the show. I'm assuming maybe Sutton, just because of the Southern component.
I think so. Yes. Now that you're saying it, I think I remember Sutton's bringing. Sutton had to. They all turned against her.
Yeah, so that's what I think.
I think you're on the right track, girlie.
Yeah. So, but this girl strikes me as unusual in that people seem to really like her from like a follower perspective. Like she's
Okay.
got like almost like a culty type
Okay.
energy with her fan base, which I'm sure attracted Bravo a lot.
Yeah.
And she has Bo's energy where, you know,
Bo's does the same type of thing. She's life coach.
And so I think Bo's also could have been involved with bringing her on the show as a person because they're in the same field together.
Okay.
But what I do find kind of weird about this girl is that, and she supposedly makes 8 or like 9 figures, some crazy amount of money per year. She bought her house back in 2019. She renovated it. It's on West Hollywood area. The thing is that I feel like there is a grain of truth in everything she does.
Right.
But like everything around it is guts bullshit.
I believe that. I think a lot of these people that come on.
So that's what's really bothering me about her is that I'm like, you know, it's like
so we'll have to keep doing our deep dives and we're going to have to figure it out.
I mean,
She rents Kyle's house.
Oh, wait. Is that?
Hold on.
Wait, look, that's Sutton, isn't it?
Hold on.
Son rented her house too. Geez. No, I don't think that's true. If she
Amanda is Kyle's friend and she rents Kyle's house.
So they're bringing her in as Kyle's friend.
She rents Kyle's house.
Kyle's old house.
Yes.
So the same one Sutton rented.
Maybe.
So why doesn't she live in her own house that she bought, that she has? Unless when she lost the Bel Air boyfriend, like he took the house. I don't know. Like what? I'm just saying that doesn't add up to me.
This person knows her.
Okay, let's go.
And knows Kyle very well.
So go ahead. What else? Anything else?
Information. She's texting me.
Okay, good.
She was at the party and saw Kyle's.
Okay, tell her we need to know the deeds.
She will. Go ahead. Let her keep writing.
All right. So anyway, that's pretty much. She doesn't do multi-level marketing. She only does direct sales.
Okay.
So she's not doing any shenanigans with that.
Right.
But she's definitely charging people a lot for their classes and other things. So it's kind of a Teddy Mellencamp with the All-In program.
Yes.
You know.
Did Teddy Mellencamp come out with some new information? I think she did.
About what?
I don't think she's doing very well. I think recently. I'm not sure how to say it. Yeah. I don't know. We'll go over that. Yeah, I think she just made another announcement. They had to stop this naturalization. Here she comes. Hold on. All right. Give me the scoop. No, we need the scoop. Oh. We need the scoop on Rachel.
We're working here. No.
Okay, go ahead, Barbie. Go ahead.
She bought the house for $6.1 million, the old Kyle house.
She bought the old Kyle house at $6.1 million. Go ahead.
She's an Arizona girl.
I
think she thinks she's too much for what she really is.
She thinks she's too much for what she really is.
To me, she's like a basic girl. But
to me, she's a basic girl. But so when you said she doesn't rent, she bought. She bought. It was not rent.
That's not right. She's not from Arizona.
Sedona.
So like
Sedona.
Amanda, right?
Amanda.
The new girl.
Amanda. Like, let me get her biography off her book.
Well, she might have come from Arizona after.
Her last name is Francis, right?
Francis?
Yeah. Hold on. Let's get it up. The book.
Maybe she came from whoever to Sedona to whatever. Was she at the party?
No.
She was not at the party. Okay.
I got to find the book because it's on the bio of the book.
I think it's more of like
an acquaintance.
Because that house really meant a lot for them. So it's like she wanted somebody that was.
Oh, so this is the house.
Look, from her book. This is her bio. Just so you know. So you can tell your friend, maybe she's bullshitting the friends. It wouldn't be the first time in Beverly Hills. Just saying, right? Like everybody's at parties and they're pretending. So,
So Kyle sent her her old house that she was sentimental about. So she wanted to sell it to someone that she cared about. So she definitely has a relationship with this girl because she did not want to sell the house to just anyone.
I believe it. I mean, I don't know. I've never met this girl from Jack being, but anyway, this is what it says. She's a native of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
A native of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
But in July 2016, she put everything in storage and took off to see the world before buying a home in West Hollywood in late 2019.
So where did you hear about Sedona?
One of the girls that I was with.
One of the girls.
Like a Zonia girl.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So there's a lot of different rumors going around about her.
Okay, well, this is her official bio.
Yes, that's right.
I was over there and I texted you her name, but I was busy, so I was like, info later.
Okay, so she's an 8-figure global brand, like I said, with users in 99 countries and clients in 85 countries.
Hey, listen, to buy a $6.1 million home, you got to make some coin. So
yeah, and that's what I'm trying to understand is how the hell did she make this much coin off the book and some classes? But have you seen her website?
No, I don't know anything about this girl.
You guys, something stinks. Something stinks.
Yes, something stinks. All
something stinks to hide.
Barbie says the same thing. She's giving me the look like, something stinks.
No, something stinks. Barbie, did you hear what I said about Amanda on the show today?
No.
Okay, you've got to go back and play her this part because all the stuff that I said was verified before. Okay. So if you're getting other tea, I want to find out, is she bullshitting people?
Yeah, she's like the typical LA girl that will like say, oh, this, and this, and reality is like she shit.
Right.
Well, find out try to get into this a little. Like, did she sell her house that she bought in 2019 for a ton of money and then flip it into Kyle's house? Like,
right. How did you get the money to spend $6.1 million on a home?
I know,
like
I don't know if the book.
She had a book. She knows she had a book. She doesn't know if she did well.
Okay, so tell her that. So all I know is that the book supposedly was a bestseller, but it wasn't on any main bestseller list.
Not New York Times.
She was supposed to be a contributor for Forbes magazine, but I couldn't find proof she contributed. She was supposed to be she's a financial spiritual advisor, but she has no financial background. She only has done psychology.
She's like a typical one. I'll find out.
Yeah, she'll find out.
And the courses are $2,200 to $150,000. She has a website. I only see 6 on them, and that is why I feel like something's weird.
Okay.
All right.
So let's move on.
She had a boyfriend in Bel Air for a long time, so maybe he's paying. All right. Okay, so let's go on to Erika Jayne Girardi.
Okay.
And then Denise Richards, and we'll wrap. So Erika Jayne, quick update. She had a secret bank account in Tampa, Florida. Wells Fargo was the bank that she did this secret bank account with. Her guy, Jim Wilkes, opened up the bank account for her and was putting money in the bank account for her to hire legal during her divorce, as well as subsidize herself.
Okay.
For a period of time. So now what is happening is they want to get more information about this account for obvious reasons. Did the money that came from Jim Wilkes' account come from Tom Girardi? Because that was his friend for many years. And she was allegedly kind of also maybe dating Jim Wilkes. He was the alleged sugar daddy that everyone was alluding to back in the day with Erika Jayne Girardi that is seen with her in Vegas, etc.
Right. What about the money she made from Housewives? Why can't any of this be her money?
Well, Erika Jayne does have money from Housewives. She makes a lot, but not enough to keep up with the amount of legal that she's dealing with right now. Like, forget it.
Okay. You know what? Can I just say something? I don't want to hear anything more about Erika Jayne in this Girardi. I mean, she was married to this dude. He screwed her. He lied to her. He lied to her too. He never came home and said, oh, by the way, the burn victims in the plane, I screwed them. Like, I believe they did enough to her. That's my opinion. I mean, not everyone should pay for their husband's sins. Not everyone should pay for their friend's sins. Not everyone should pay for their mother or their father's sins. Like, I think enough is enough. And I don't know why they keep going after her. I think they took her earrings, they took her home, they took everything. Like, what do you want? Like, you wanted to give her a pint of blood? Like
all right. Well, just so you know, I got to add something before you continue. 25 million lawsuit, coming down the track, should be February of 2026. The trustees said there was a fraudulent conveyance with Erika Jayne Girardi, that the money that she received by Tom Girardi through her American Express card that funded EJ Global LLC was actually money that she knew was coming from Tom Girardi's legal firm, and that she knew what was going on as she was taking that money.
I don't believe she knew what was going on. I don't.
Okay. All right.
I don't. So
okay.
I don't.
I do. I think she did. I think she knew. All right. I
love to agree to disagree with you, Dana.
On this one, we are going to agree to disagree, you guys. But listen,
I was married to a mobster, a major mobster. Yeah. And my stepfather was worked for the Gambino, under Gambino, the head of the assassination squad. He never came home and told my mother what he did. He never came home and told my mother what they robbed. He never came home to. So like, I lived it. My husband, my son's father, never came home and told me about his day, how he was a loan shark or how he shook somebody up. They don't do that. And I don't think him as a lawyer would go home and tell his wife, oh, by the way, we stole money from the plane. Like, it doesn't.
So why is Jim Wilkes then getting a secret bank account out of Tampa that he's putting her money through? She wanted
to leave, and she needed money to leave because he had total control over her.
So where did he get the money from?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It does matter, because who funded almost up to $2 million in money to fund her legal fees and all this other stuff that happened, including a rental house, the deposit on the rental house too.
She was married to the guy. She was entitled to some of his money was legal.
But Jim Wilkes couldn't have stolen the money from Tom Girardi. He had to have been given the money.
I don't think. Let's see what comes out.
And why would an attorney be the one to give her the money? Because it would be privileged.
Well, because she was banging him.
Well, and it would be privileged.
Okay,
so by a court, they would have to get through the privilege.
Let's find out. Innocent till proven guilty. Next question.
All right, Denise Richards. Let's do Denise Richards. Let's do Denise.
And then I gotta go.
I know.
And Denise Richards.
You guys need to watch us in segments.
Listen, we could do another one in 2 weeks. Next
All
week.
right. So tell me your opinion. You've been dying to talk about Denise, so let me know.
Okay. I believe that she was definitely been abused by this lunatic. You could tell just by that one video when he goes, I'll squish your hand or I'll crush your hand. Okay. I don't understand why these women and these more powerful situations who marry these losers who have nothing, clearly he has nothing, and take this bullshit. Okay. And then the best part is she has the black eye. She files for divorce. And then he runs like a little pussy boy to the cops and says, she did this and she did that. Like, this isn't a man.
What did he say to the cops? I didn't hear that.
Oh, she hurt me.
Vicodin? No.
On me, and she takes Vicodin. She's addicted. A real man doesn't do that.
No.
You don't do that. A real man doesn't do that. A real man doesn't hit a woman either. But because she filed, first of all, when she filed, she put that black guy up right away. I get that. What she did to Marco was disgusting, reporting him as a fraudulent charges to American Express to not pay him. Oh, she's back. Paolo is back on Erika Jayne.
Yes, but it's okay. I just wanted to throw it up. We didn't talk about it. That's a third thing. All right, go. Okay.
Anyway, so I believe she was battered and abused. I believe going back to every single one of these franchises that we can do another week when we go on the Rachel Zoe, I would like to go over more of this about these women that marry these losers that have no money and then accept abuse and accept the way they talk to them. And I think what she did, she filed for divorce and immediately put the black guy up. I don't know when she got the black guy, whatever. Taylor, your friend Taylor, what happened with her? He wasn't a loser. He had a lot of money. Okay, then he wound up losing it, whatever the case.
No, he was a con artist, but go ahead.
But she didn't know that. Okay.
Allegedly.
This guy had nothing. He had nothing. Okay. Okay. That's why I want to know what Rachel Zoe and her husband, they were high school sweethearts. So I get that.
Well, Rachel Zoe, I learned there's not a legitimacy concern with Rachel.
Right. But these women marry these effing losers who they allow to abuse them. And then he runs like a little pussy boy to the cops. He runs and he tells people she was hooked on Vicodin. She was this and that. Like, not for nothing. Shut up. Be a man. Like, be a freaking man. You already hit her. You already abused her. You already lived off of her. Now you're asking for alimony because you're a loser who doesn't work or whatever the case may be. You gave her a black eye. You said you were going to crush her hand on TV. Now you got to say that she's hooked on Vicodin. Like, I don't get why these women settle for scumbags like this. I understand why a woman that has 3 children, that is married to someone who really doesn't make a lot of money and they're struggling and they're like, what am I going to do? I have these 3 kids. I know. But she married him after being married to a star, having child support. She didn't need this shit. She was making her own money. What are you doing with these losers? Atlanta, marrying losers. Miami, marrying losers. OC, marrying losers. What is this thing with women that need to be married, even if it's to a loser?
I mean, I don't know the answer to that because I can't stand what that Aaron Fipers represents. I can't stand the guy.
Yeah.
He's to me a snake oil salesman who's lived off his good looks for years.
And I don't even think
he's off women always. He's now living with his parents.
How did she even meet this loser? How did she meet him?
Well, supposedly the story is that she met him through his weird clinic in Malibu, which was all smoke and mirrors anyway. But I don't really think that story's true. I think she just told that story for to promote it on the show. You know what I mean? Like to get it on the show. I think they actually just met in the Malibu circles or whatever. That's what I think. And he just hit on her. He was still with Nicolette Sheridan when he met Denise Richards.
And Nicolette Sheridan's gorgeous.
Well, and they were in the middle of a divorce. I found proof.
He was married to Nicolette Sheridan?
Yeah.
What the frick?
Yes.
Now you just blew my mind.
Okay, well, I'm going to blow your mind again. I want me to blow your mind too.
Yeah, I would like my mind blown.
Okay, well, Aaron Fipers, while he was with Nicolette Sheridan, and at the end when he was getting the divorce, the judge ruled that he had to destroy masters of video and audio that he took about Nicolette Sheridan as part of the divorce. Because he was planning on, I guess, weaponizing audio and video before leaving Nicolette Sheridan to jump ship to Denise Richards.
How disgusting. Can I just tell you that when she was on Knots Landing and I was younger and she was younger, everyone used to say that I used to look like Nicolette Sheridan. And I used to say, no, she looks like me because she was younger,
You
but
too.
I love Nicolette Sheridan. I can't believe she married that loser.
Yeah. And then he jumps to Denise.
Oh, he's a gigolo.
Gigolo, yeah. Basically, yeah.
Listen.
And he's being sued right now because he gave a verbal promise to a person who went to his clinic that was dying of cancer, that if his new age BS he was peddling didn't work, which cost, I think, some $150,000 doing that from memory, that he would give half their money back. The woman ended up dying of the cancer. The husband ended up suing to try to get his money back based on the verbal promise of Aaron. And Aaron refused to give him the money, kept trying to get, her to do more treatments and never gave it back. Yeah, and he's still trying to get it. And he also tried to dodge service too.
Okay, so wait, and he's living with his mommy and his daddy?
So he leaves Denise after all this, and he writes a letter that Paige
the whole thing,
to get their hands on. And he also does another thing where, he talks to TMZ and does an interview telling his side of the story with the smashed phone and all this BS. And he writes a letter about Vicodin. But meanwhile, by the way, all of this, Sammy takes to Instagram and she does a video where she says that, you should tell your daughters if you're a mother, that if they're in a toxic relationship, they need to leave and not go back, and does a whole spiel about it, obviously talking about Aaron. So his nonsense about trying to protect, Sammy from Denise, is all nonsense, is a lie. Also, she's with Sammy in the tabloids right now. So he is just full of shit, and he's living at his parents'.
He's disgusting, but she shouldn't. On the fact that he was trying to blackmail Nicolette Sheridan, how can you be attracted to somebody like that? Like, how can you? He's not a man. That's not a man that would do something.
He must have BS'd her in the beginning. He had some money coming out of the Nicolette Sheridan. I guaranteed she settled with him.
Of course.
Gave him some money, so he looked somewhat stable. He was handsome. He came from another movie star. Your guard is down. Then he comes in with the big new age pitch of how he's going to be rich because he's doing all this bullshit, like let's manifest and all this crap. And, stem cells and smear salmon poop on your face and you'll become young again. All that shit. Anyway, he does that, and she goes, "Oh, he's brilliant. He's before his time."
Well, she's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Let's face it. No, she's not. So, okay.
You need water.
I'm starving. I'm going to.
All right, listen.
Here's what I want to say. First of all, I got to take a picture of these 3 Comacy cams. I can't even believe what I'm seeing right here. Hold on. I can't even believe we're going to post this later. Okay, guys, look up a mommy. Luca. Okay.
Luca.
Right. Okay, so anyway, we need in 2 weeks, this is a challenge, Dana.
Yes.
I need to go over a deep dive. We're going to pick 6 of the most explosive relationships on, you could pick any franchise.
Okay.
We're going to pick 6.
I need to take notes. This homework, guys.
You can ask your peeps.
Okay. 6.
I don't want to ask
what?
Ask your peeps who they think are the most toxic out of the relationships. And then they get to pick 3 and we get to pick 3. And we're going to talk about it. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I am so flabbergasted over the shit I hear. Like this Nicolette Sheridan just put me over the edge. Okay. I can't believe watching Atlanta, what these women have married. I just can't fathom that Alessia with what's going on with her. I can't fathom all of this. I just can't.
Yeah.
I need to understand. Because if a loser contacted me, even at my age, a loser, all right?
Yeah, I'm listening.
And he's gorgeous, and he's hot, and he's fun.
Physically gorgeous.
Physically hot, fun, everything. Yeah. And he was still like Loserville as far as really didn't have a job, really didn't make something up and stuff. I mean, I might sit across from him at a bar and say hello and have a drink, but there is no way he'd get a date. There's no way. I wouldn't even take the first step. Never mind dating, sleeping, engaged.
You gotta remember there's a con. These guys have one thing in common. They're cons. They have them. So, for example, maybe Denise's con was that she had a disabled adopted daughter and she was struggling in pretentious LA to find any guy that would give her any time of day because she was complicated. And maybe he was the only one who would give her some attention and say, like, I'll be there. I'll do Eloise.
What do you need a man for, though? She has a family. She has a
job. That is the big question. That is the question that all my girls, I have so many models in my Patreon, they know. And we talk in New Jersey, by the way. I know a lot of tea because of the New Jersey models. I'm going to tell you that I say to them over and over again, you guys are watching your Insta, you're watching people like me on Beverly Hills in the early seasons and whatever, and you're believing that there's a guy that's loaded that's going to rescue you and he's going to give you all this instant shit like Bezos with Lauren Sanchez. The thing is, that happens very rarely, and they're
Lauren Sanchez had her own money.
psychos. They're psychos.
Had her own career. You got to do your own thing first.
Well, the only way you can actually really, really find, I think, true love is, first of all, you got to go through very difficult times with the person,
and you got to love yourself.
And you're never going to, get that with a rich guy. He's not going to do that for you.
I would rather not get something from a rich guy than get something from a poor guy. Like, if I'm not there, I think a lot of men are just born liars. Like, I'm not a man hater. I love men. No one ever took advantage of me. If anything, I took advantage of them.
I don't hate men either. Who would?
I don't hate men at all. Okay. Listen, I have a man's brain. I could work with any man. But with that said, I'm not going to even give a man that doesn't have what I need financially, even the time of day.
Well, is it really that, or is it respect? See, this is what I was trying to tell my model. I can't
respect a man who hasn't done something with himself.
That's what it is.
And
that's what I'm trying to say. You don't respect. My model friends don't respect the rich guys. They're fucking for purses. And the rich guys that are the models don't respect them.
Because
so they all abuse each other in a toxic.
Shallow, because because they're shallow. So we need to get into their heads a little bit, because they need some life coaching. They really.
Well, I think people need to recognize that if it sounds too good to be true, it is, and stop looking for a magic pill to solve everything.
Also, so let me give you a quick goodbye with saying this.
I love it. Give me that
quick goodbye with saying,
you guys, did you have fun? I hope you did. We were like,
we did. I told you to go longer. So when I met Michael, okay, he was wearing Today's Man pants. He was at the bar at a restaurant that we both frequented. We both knew the owner very well. And he had Today's Man pants on, like, men's dress pants, plain regular shoes, not Ferragamo, plain dress shirt. But he used to get his shirts made to fit because he was like built nice. And no one knew who he was. He was in the corner of the bar. No one knew. Of course, the owner knew because he was big time.
Sure.
No one knew. I knew because I dated his younger brother who was killed in a boating accident. Oh. So I knew. Nobody went up to him. He was in Today's Man pants. He was a good looking guy, but in the corner, nobody really bothered, right? Nobody bothered with him. I knew who he was. I was attracted to him physically, but I was attracted to the power and the respect. Yeah. And those Today's Man pants, I met him in November. They lasted till February. And then for Valentine's Day, I got him, because he had Today's Man jeans too. They had the TM on the back. And I'm like, what the fuck does TM stand for? TM, it was Today's Man. So for Valentine's Day,
so cute.
I got a big basket and I filled it with a big, beautiful basket, like an Easter basket. And I went and I got him Calvin Klein Relax jeans. I got him like cool, nice boxer short underwears, because he used to wear the tighty whities. I got him all these different things. So in a nice way, I transitioned him into what he became as Armani, Brunello, listen, I didn't take away his personality, but I dressed him kind of the way I wanted him to dress, but in that classy, underrated, he never wore a pinky ring or nothing, like, you know what I mean? So he was still understated, but I transitioned him the way I wanted him to be, but no one knew. So all the flash, what I'm trying to tell you girls, when they flash, it's because they're phonies. It's because they're full of shit. Okay. Very rare that you see somebody who's very flashy that really has it. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
So unless they prove it right off the bat and you do some investigating on your own, like through a Dana or I could give Barbie a name and in 2 seconds, we know if he's a con or not. So girls, do your due diligence. And I don't want you to be with somebody just because they have money. Like my Michael, he was good looking. He was built. He was classy. He was nice. He was a little, rough around the edges, and we fixed that. But so am I, so that's what I'm saying. Don't always go for the cash, like for the, the flat.
No, go for a partner.
Yes.
Find a partner.
Yes. Somebody
who has, you are good looking. They are good looking.
And
you
and
have a job.
generous.
They have a job. You
And
got straight problems like a force.
Right. And generous. Make sure you can find the richest guys in the world and they're cheap as hell. They have to be generous. That's
Did you know?
Thank you for that. Yes. Yes.
Did you know?
Yeah. They have to
learn the hard way on that one.
Yeah. You have to be generous. Okay. So, listen, we could do a life coaching thing. I'm going to start charging in a couple months. I have it on my Patreon.
Just tip Kim so she can.
Yeah. You want some life coaching, bitches? You better tip. But because I know it all. I got it all. Life lessons and life experiences.
Well, and we started this with your pray shirt, so we'll end it with wishing you guys a fabulous.
Hulk Hogan just passed away too. My son, that was my son's favorite, Hulk Hogan. So God bless his family. Just happened today. So we're sorry to hear that. It's like
he's estranged from almost his whole family. So
the what?
He's estranged from almost.
I know he is. I know.
So we're wishing them, the trauma that they're overcoming.
But that's harder. That's harder because now you live with guilt.
Well, maybe where you're like, okay, bye.
Stay with God. But anyway, I love you, Dana. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye, you guys.
I have to eat. I'm starving.